Um, Oscar De La Hoya says that he will never, ever, ever stage a fight with Devin Haney. And I found that statement to be real interesting for real. Cause I'm like, Ryan Garcia's your fighter. We know that that rematch gotta happen at some point. Cause we need to see who better between those two guys. Why would you say such a thing? Or you just depending on Turkey to fund that fight when they do decide to, get it cracking? I mean, you are already letting Turkey fund all the events anyway. You know what I'm saying? You done sold Ring Magazine to Turkey Al Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? You done gave Turkey Al Sheikh, like, here, Turkey, have my company, have Golden Boy, have Ring Magazine, Turkey. You know what I'm saying? So, if you talk about that from a financial aspect, I can see why. Because I mean, you don't, you're not funding a lot of your own events anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the matter for us Golden Boy promotions. You feel me? Like all their events, majority is funded by Turkey Al Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? That man. Yeah, what more can I say to you? That man, so he sold his company to that guy pretty much. You know what I mean? So um real interesting for him to say this, and I'm gonna read a little bit with the article what he said. He said Oscar De La Hoya said, I won't waste my time with Devin because he runs and will continue running. He said, uh, what else he said? He said, he didn't talk about this. Okay. So, of course, real interesting for him to say this because he basically saying the style of Devin Haney is the reason why he won't stage a fight with Devin Haney, pretty much. And he believed that Devin Haney is a shot fighter. He believed that he doesn't have any juice left in the tank. He think he's done. And this is coming from Oscar De La Hoya, a guy that is a Hall of Famer that won multiple titles, got all the accolades, then fought the best in boxing over his duration of his career. You know what I mean? Like he's saying this, and sometimes, yeah, some guys know in boxing they get to speaking on certain subjects and topics and stuff, and they will speak on their with their opinions with emotion. Now, is this the case for as Oscar De La Hoya? Is he speaking with his emotions for us? No, not wanting to work with Devin Haney with staging any fights with Devin Haney. I believe I'm really like 60-40 with it. I think it's truth in what Oscar's saying. I mean, because like I said, he's a Hall of Famer. He's done everything in boxing. So sometimes with some of these boxers, sometimes they say wild shit at times, and I'll be like, man, I don't really care for that take from that, fighter right there. But no, sometimes you got to read between the lines and some of these fighters on what they be saying. And no, in this particular situation with Oscar De La Hoya right here, I just feel like he knows something. And at first, what I'm saying with the Haney fans, I told y'all, and I said it last night, that boxing track star shit is not going to work in this era of boxing. Not, with the algorithm, with how social media is, and just how the boxing world is right now. All things salute my brother, man. What's good, my dog? Like with how everything is set up in boxing now, we want to be entertained as fans. And nobody doesn't want to see that style of boxing with these guys running and not throwing no punches. Nobody don't want to see that shit. A lot of promoters is going to stray away from you guys. They're going to see that y'all have, as a brand in boxing, is not beneficial and it's not going to make them any money. And I mean, just look at the history of Devin Haney, though, for real, in reality, bro. We always knew Devin Haney wasn't much of a draw. You know what I mean? Um, Same guy that couldn't sell. He could. I mean, he's in his hometown fighting Regis Prograis. Does under 40,000 pay-per-view buys, and didn't even sell out his hometown in Oakland, even though he's from Henderson, Las Vegas, though. But I mean, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying in general. Like, we know Devin Haney isn't much of a draw. I mean, just think of the example of last year when after the Ryan fight, the WBC, they ordered him to fight Sandor Martin, which the Sandor Martin was a guy that was taking step aside money twice. Sandor Martin took step aside money twice for Devin Haney to fight Regis Prograis and for Devin Haney to fight Ryan Garcia. And he like, oh no, this third time I want my shot at the title. Top Rank, they're pushing for the fight. And so, Devin Haney, they had a purse bid, and Top Rank was the only company to bid for Devin Haney's fight with Sandor Martin last year. Not no Eddie Hearn, not no PVC, not no Turkey Al Sheik, not no Frank Warren. You know what I'm saying? None of these guys. Only people was Top Rank. And the only reason why they did it was because Sandor Martin is a top rank guy. Like, he signed on the Top Rank. So they trying to get that belt in order. And Devin Haney, he vacated the title. And now that boy has no title. Now he's fighting at one. He's trying to campaign at 147, even though he just fought at a catch weight fighting at 144 with Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? Like, still playing a little weight games. If you know what I'm saying, you understand. You get my drift. Like, if you're gonna be campaigning at 147, we want to see you at 147. We don't want to see y'all with no catch weights. You know what I'm saying? The Haney fans, they the same guys that be killing Tank, talking about, oh, Tank be weight draining and weight draining fighters and all of this shit. When this man Devin is fighting he's been fighting a weight class that he should have never been fighting at. That nigga Devin fought at his whole career at 135, and he's fighting guys, and the Haney model fight short older guys, not much of a long reach, and guys that's kind of heading out of their fucking prime. Even though he didn't get to do that with Jose, the only difference with Jose Ramirez was a guy that was tall, but everything I said as far as being older, no, not athletic, being washed up. That's Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? And that's just how the Haneys get down, man. They pick and choose their fights wisely, very wisely. They've been doing it their whole entire career. You know what I mean? And the Haney fans, they don't want to see it that way. They don't want us to say, "Oh, the Haney got the best resume. He won. He won. He was undisputed, the youngest to be undisputed, and all of that." You know what I mean? Like, they talk about all the accolades, but in reality, right now, you look at the status of Devin Haney and where he's at in his career. He's in a fucked up space right now. He's in a real fucked up space. Like, a real Marquis, salute my brother, man. Salute to my dog Marquis, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devin Haney's in a real fucked up spot right now because y'all been doing this shit where y'all been a free agent for the longest. And y'all been a free agent for the longest. And we sitting here like, y'all moving around from promoter to promoter, where these promoters, they don't even fuck with you guys. They don't fuck with you guys. I mean, you seen how Turkey Al Sheik already plays you cop. You know what I mean? Turkey Al Sheik already then put you on the undercard to Ryan Garcia. Like, and it shows the value that these guys feel about you guys. You know what I mean? They don't think much of you. You don't have companies bidding on your fights and stuff and trying to press to, get Devin Haney to fight. Shit, before Devin Haney was, about to fight with Turkey Al Sheik on this last card last week, he was about to be fighting on BLK Prime, and that's the reality of it. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And that Devin Haney, the style of fighting that he had with Jose Ramirez, is the exact reason why Oscar's saying, I don't want to stage a fight with Devin Haney, because that's not what we want to see. We don't want to see guys that don't want to fight. Like, we don't want to see these guys that just want to run around the ring and try to get a check and just win. About running around the ring and not provide no offense, just all defense, no offense. Boxing doesn't want to see that. the promoters don't want to pay y'all the fight in that way. They don't want to pay y'all to fight in that way. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. So that's just the fact of the matter, man. Like a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to. They don't. The promoters do not want to invest in these fighters becoming boxing track stars and not entertaining the fans and not putting up a fight. We want to see this boxing. You're going to get hit in the face. Y'all get paid millions of dollars to get hit in the face. To duck and and be defensive and hit other guys in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like I get paid millions of dollars to do this shit. Like you're going to get hit. Yes, I love to see guys be, very defensive and hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all Devin Haney fans being delusional, no, saying this the sweet science. That is not the sweet science of boxing. What we seen from Devin Haney last week. It's not. I mean, he had the lowest output of punches in the fight, him and Jose Ramirez, until Canelo and Skull came through Saturday night and stunk up the joint. You know what I mean? Just saying it's nasty work. Like, and that style of boxing is not going to be appreciated from boxing fans. It's not. Nobody gives a fuck about that boxing. It's track star shit. I told y'all shit, and I'm gonna keep saying this shit over the course of this weeks. That boxing track star era is over. Nobody ain't fucking with that shit. We ain't jacking that shit. You know what I mean? And we gotta be real with that shit, dog, for real. So that'll break me down to the next topic, man. Quick little topic.